interesting phase of the day. Game number 1, Selangor Red Giants was able to win out the draft. Can they do the same for game number 2, or will Team Spirit is able to find the clues? Team Spirit, first pick. Selangor Red Giants, again, second pick.
Here's another big thing. Well, the joy's on anyways now.
Yeah,
so it doesn't really matter. We'll jump to a new point. Maybe they let, you gotta remember, Team Spirit is first pick. They can essentially let any of these through. They can let the Bruno through, first pick Bruno, but then they could ban out the Hilda, not give it over. I mean, they have options being first pick. I almost feel like maybe they're being too targeting and taking off too much meta when they are up front.
Time to take
Or they can just move the pick order of the Belric, right? Wait for more to show before locking it in. Because initially, when you're looking at SRG side, I don't think there was enough incentive other than just the Hayabusa, and that could have just been countered with a simple Cho.
Yeah, the Belric was a little off, I feel like. It's not going to catch the Hayabusa. Even that, it's a tough catch. Much harder of a catch than a Joy or something of that nature.
Yeah, and then it's just overwhelming when you have the Hilda, when you have the Jawhead to be able to rush in, and it kind of makes the Belric a little weak, providing that sustainability, providing that front wall to deny the invasive plays by a hero like Sakai's on this Hayabusa.
Now, something to note here is that Selangor Red Giants is respecting the Matilda, and now Team Spirit respecting the Hilda. How do you feel about this, folks? How do you feel about Team Spirit taking away the Hilda from Cram?
I personally feel that, like, it's a good idea, but then now you're giving Suyo over to the side of SRG, and we might just see a different composition altogether. We might not see that early aggression style snowball play.
Okay, but what if Team Spirit goes for something similar? We know the one-shot can pick up the Hayabusa still. We know that Sabo could play the Jawhead if he wanted.
Okay, that's fair.
So, I mean, there's Team Spirit also has a similar hero pool and can pull out some of those things. So I'm not counting them completely out. This is definitely choice number C that we didn't even really talk about. But the Hilda, we'll see how it works. And there it is.
Ooh, they want to go for the Hayabusa this time. I wonder if they also want to pick up the Jawhead alongside it just to really stick it to them.
Or do they take the Wan?
Oh, they could take the Loyi as well. There's a lot of good options all across the board.
So they can be like, hey, you know what? The heroes that Selangor Red Giants use, they look kind of good.
They're kind of dope.
How about we try it? But yeah, they got the Hilda, they got the Hayabusa. So 2 stolen heroes from Selangor Red Giants. Not gonna be a third one here because they pick up the Aurora, so a little bit more control. Wheezy, what do you think about the 3 early picks from Team Spirit?
I think it's great crowd control, great backline dive, and the 50-50 on the Retribution from Team Spirit. But keep in mind, the recipe's still pretty similar for SRG having this Kata. You still can get to the backline. There's still a Cho on the table as well.
Yes, still a lot of options on the table. SRG, do they go for this marksman third pick again just to keep themselves comfortable?
All right, now we have a fun fact here. After scoring 3 kills S11 in the prior game, Innocent becomes the first player to score 100 kills at the M6 World Championship. Another record breaker. Innocent, the first to hit 100 kills.
Man, an impressive record. He just keeps on breaking them. Might as well get Guinness World Records to come on over and solidify it. And even the crowd excited for it, doing the wave as we are drafting. Moskov locked in for SRG.
Do you like the picks coming in from Selangor Red Giants, Rex?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they take up this marksman, slightly different approach, but I think the Moskov fits well with their composition right now, because now that you don't have the Hayabusa, you have another frontliner like Suyo. You can do a bit more dancing, hanging out in the box.
Let's not forget about the knockback, right, against Assassins. If Hayabusa comes on in, tries to go for the shadow kill, you knock him away. Oh, sorry, buddy. You're going to have to do it all over again.
Yeah, definitely going to be a threat. I'm a fan of the Moskov as well. It's just another element in SRG's toolbox, but still some threats from the side of Team Spirit. We got to see what the mid lane matchup is going to be. What is the response back? What will Stormy be pulling out here? Because the Lu Yi, it is still technically on the table, but will it be as effective when you have this Hayabusa on the other side?
Personally, for my opinion, I feel like whatever Stormy picks up has to be a hero that he can take care of himself. Because you got the Hilda, you got the Hayabusa, there's a lot of backline dive here. So either go for something like a Valentina, which has been banned out, so even Team Spirit saw this, where you can move forward and essentially die with your team. Another hero I'm thinking of is the Eve, because the Eve has the shield that might help out.
Or the Farza.
Or the Farsa.
Farza's a little dangerous for the Hayabusa. I think SRG looks for something that's going to stay close. I think the Lui works well. The Valentina would have worked okay, mainly because anything that's too long range is that prime target for the Hayabusa, is that prime target for the for the Hilda. At least the Eve does give that shield, so it does, as you said, Lavelle, help a little bit at least against the Hayabusa. But now we get to see.
So essentially, stay close to your team. Don't get separated here.
Keep it tight.
Keep it as tight as possible. I mean, even the picks that we're expecting him, that we know from his hero pool, I think even the Veil is good
Jawhead
as well. Ooh. Jawhead, so therefore Gato goes into the EXP, and now they've got setters, combo starters. Where's the big payoff? I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't want to be, kicking the dead horse, but it could just be Veil once more.
Hey, you know what? Until that pick gets picked up, we might as well keep on shouting it out. Selangor Giants, I agree with you. They have a lot of setups. Now we got to look at the payoffs. Team Spirit completes the draft with the Natan. We have not seen this hero for quite a while. And then with the Hylos. Wheezy, do you like the picks coming in from Team Spirit?
I do, specifically the XP and the Roamer, right? Kid Bomba and Sabo, they're definitely going to be a threat when it comes to providing a little bit more protection for the jungler, right? One Shot, he was having a very hard time getting online. There was a moment in the game where we got to see Sakai's double the amount of gold. I think there was a point in time where Mirko even mentioned might possibly be the biggest goal difference we have seen so far.
Oh, for sure. Selangor Giants, 20 seconds away from completing their draft. Once again, the final pick is going to be that mid laner. Whatever Stormy picks up will be the glue to really solidify the team. Trex, looking at the heroes here, he's going to pick it up soon, so I'm just going to ask you off the bat, what do you think about the draft coming in from Selangor Giants? There you go, the Veil.
It took a game. It took a game. It took a game. Honestly, Stormy could have picked just about anything right there. It would have felt okay in the draft. The Veil feels very good, sits inside of the box. Team Spirit, major win con. Don't die early, man. They have a Natan now, heavy late game. They need to make sure that they don't get picked off by the aggressive Jawhead and Suyo.
And now Oxiana Arena makes some noise as we throw it to the casters.
Game 2. Team Spirit looking to get back on track and equalize. SRG just iterating. Gentlemen, how do you feel about the draft?
You know what? I am feeling pretty good about it for Team Spirit this time around. They're doing the double revitalize strat this time around.
They know there's a lot of burst, especially after the Veil pick. They're going to try to out-sustain it, which teams have failed in the past to do.
Sounds like it's full on Davai for Team Spirit as SRG once more puts my Malaysian goat Yunes on that Jawhead. They're going to cross that river as soon as they can. Game number 2 in this lower bracket semis, best of 5. Team Spirit versus the Pride of Malaysia, Selangor Red Giants.
We'll see if they can pull it off this time around. Team Spirit, I loved hearing the panel discussion about how they can go ahead and approach Game 2 differently because, man, Game 1 is not what they wanted. But now that you throw into the mix, we saw this Veil how many times throughout the knockouts? Was it just once?
I think it was just Stormy. It was twice from Stormy.
Twice from Stormy? Yeah, one player that pulled it out, and Stormy brings it again. This is going to be troublesome to deal with.
Ladies and gentlemen, before the action unfolds, reminding you all to check out the M6 Pass. You can get it until the 29th of December. Now check out the Pixel Brush, visited by One Shot real quick. Folks, you could get your free rewards if you get the pass upgraded. You can get skins as far back as Beatrix's M4 exclusives. Down bottom, check this out. Innocent winning the lane against Hiko.
Yeah, Hiko's trying to get farm. Innocent bullying him. One Shot gonna hit level 4 very quick. Jumps in on the skies, has a sax on him. Shadow Kill gonna come through. Spear of Misery from Innocent in the Soul Sever. Not exactly, he just quelled him.
I'm almost surprised that he got caught there because, yeah, Innocent was right around the corner. He had to expect the Spear of Misery. But man, that's not the start you want here if you're One Shot.
Moments like that make you wonder what exactly is going through. Hiko!
Soul Sever under the turret skies, slashing Hiko to bits.
As I was saying, Suyo's kit is so deceptively tanky that you can get away with things like that.
Gentlemen, right now, this is nearly the same first, 2 minutes? Even better. Whichever team you're talking about here, this is a tough one to deal with.
And once more!
Ejector the Queller, the Soul Sever, there's even Innocent, who's a late game, mid to late game pick, who's joining the fights.
You said your GOAT, right, Leo? You said the GOAT Yume's here.
He's my GOAT. And it's undeniable. Real quick, a few seconds ago, emblems were up on screen, and I noticed, I think Team Spirit, they're investing so much into Thrill. This just gives us a message. They're saying we want to be part of the early game too, but maybe they're short on tenacities. Maybe they're short on a little bit of defense because SRG are out the gates once more.
And the crazy part about it is, you know, Yume's not level 4 just yet. We'll have it really soon. First objective is up here, though. Oh, it's going to miss that Spear Destruction, so Hiko will be fine. Oh!
Yume's gonna be caught, Shadow Kill over to the back. Yume's taken down, Skies shoots down the arrow. That's the AOG coming down.
Comes down, there's the setup. Now they're in trouble. Pops the Revitalize, the double one falling through.
Bridget Glacier with the Windstorm coming down as well. Cram still able to get out for a bit. Sky shoots the arrow down. Bomba goes on the chase. Takes the chase down, and that will be one shot who picks up the turtle for Team Spirit.
That's Team Spirit coming back, though, with a vengeance, at least in that exchange, so they get the objective and some kills.
Like a sledgehammer with a phalanx right behind it. Team Spirit putting up the firepower to defend. One shot's turtle take. Team Spirit on the board, taking down that gold lead down to about 100, 200 gold. SRG protecting Stormy. Gentlemen, how do we reckon Stormy's going to approach this? He does pick up the penetration boots. Does that mean he wants to join fights much sooner? Because when you're playing with a Veil, you kind of want to get your abilities leveled up first before you, get in the thick of it.
Yeah, I think at some point, you get a little bit of that penetration, but more so it comes with the crowd control, but just the burst is what really highlights here from the Veil, and I think part of it too is just you want to be able to continue to fight early on, if you will, but also just burst through that Revitalize, the double Revitalize that Team Spirit brought to this game. But it's a great adjustment with what Team Spirit's done.
Let's see, if SRG don't get that snowball going, it looked really good at the start. Now it's going to be a problem to sustain the double Revitalize. Early on, if you shut them down, especially the high-lows with nerfs, yeah, you can actually still one-shot them. Now, if they stack in together, we saw how deadly the sustain was.
I was thinking that maybe Stormy should have prioritized the glowing one. We'll see if it bites them in the behind right now because they're what, maybe 1,000 gold away from it, looking at Stormy's item progression. Turtle spawns in the upper quarter in about half a minute. Look at the presence of Team Spirit down bottom. Is this them just clumping up because they have no eyes on any members of SRG? They're respecting the sudden aggression they can pop out from.
Yeah, they don't. And also taking a look at the gold lane difference. Wow. And that's why we saw Hiko actually trying to put some pressure on getting some of that extra gold from the turret because he's down a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Might have to rely on the his team here, but he gets the Feather of Heaven. But so far, so good. SRG maintaining. There's the taunt in, though. He's going to crash down. It's Kid Bomba on the hill, but he's going to be fine. But the turtle isn't coming up here. And now we get to see, because they're probably going to rotate also with Stormy now in this Veil.
Great priority for both teams here, but SRG first to the pit. Cram running into Sawo. Kid Bomba pushing him back.
All they need to do is get the Jawhead. They need to find him, always have vision on him. If Yums is able to catch him by surprise, ambush him, it'll be very tough.
It's going to be started up here once again. Kid Bomba at the front of it all. Takes a brunt of damage, though.
Revitalize coming down, though. Kid Bomba's able to survive. Frigid Glacier over to 2. Now, SOD not connecting. Shadow Kill from one shot. AOG.
Bang! Right on the mark. The passive are there, and they just wait for it. A good fight. And now SRG looking to take the turtle.
2 men down for Team Spirit. EECA watching from home, thousands of miles away, reeling as SRG scores a turtle of their own. 5 minutes, 40 seconds in the game number 2 end. Stormy, wow, what is this? He's not building the glowing one. He's just straight up genius.
More penetration, base penetration. If you want to go burst in the early game, I get it, I see it. Innocent will trade the turret down below for another turret up top as well. And man, Innocent failed the SOD, like he missed it, yet he still walked all the way up top.
It's crazy because that spear went right in between the mark, and it could have been different this time around. Jumping in the mid lane, there's going to be some action here already.
Shadow Kill over to Skies, very low, one shot, unable to get it. Now Frigid Glacier over to Crab. He's isolated and taken down. You can see the Spirit supporters here in Axiata as well. Windstorm and a Wind Blade, Sawo.
He's able to get away. Sliver of health. Oh, the spear too. Won't land that time. So Team Spirit keeping things at least to somewhat under control this time around.
Esan currently 0-0 on the SODs. But if we've ever seen anything from Innocent in the knockout stage alone, it's clutch time for him. It's clutch time for him. No one can stop the half-man, half-beast. One shot pushing Sekai is deep into his turret top lane. Mid lane, this is a fight just waiting to happen. Look at Yoom's position right here.
Oh, he gets caught, has the entropy. Does it do it fast enough? The ejector pulls him back to the spears. Now, Yoom's able to escape Lauren's pathway. Windstorm again from Stormy.
2 pickups already concealed to follow. Sakai's low. Not sure if they're just going to push him out of the jungle. They might want more.
Innocent with the spear of misery, pinning him down. It's Skies with a kill. Sawa with revitalized against 4 of the Selangor Red Giants as they take the tier 2 up top.
Get some! SRG bring the fight to Team Spirit. This is SRG Langar if I've ever seen it.
Man, not even the revitalizes enough to keep you together. And now in the mid lane, they'll take the tier 1. Cram holds up on the front side, and you're seeing where this Veil really fits into this lineup to make situations like that work.
Currently, Selangor Giants 4,000 gold ahead, and we still have 1 turtle left. Sakai's deep into the pit as the rest of SRG hold mid. Look at that! An ejector on the Stormy, keeping our arms away. Yoom just locked in.
Mind you, he's only got a
What a set! Whoa! From down below, he goes over to SOD. Connecting onto 2.
Again, Sawa's in trouble. Here comes Sakai's.
Hiko with entropy, looking for the kill. Cram's able to sustain. Hiko taken down by Skies as he goes in. Now Soul Severed out the Bamba, and he escapes. Innocent got the SOD from downtown, and he finished the 3-item power spike at 8 minutes.
At 8 minutes, Innocent locked it in, and now they're ready to lock in this Lord.
Innocent, I told y'all, he's missing these SODs, but he's never missing the mark. Free Lord for Selangor Red Giants, and down bottom, look, Innocent's a pick in a fight with Bamba.
You ban out his Bruno, you ban out his Granger, he pulls out the 1-1. The 1-1 gets banned out by SRG, they go for the Moskov.
This young man, Ehsan, has infinite weapons walking into the lower bracket semis.
Oh man, and I mean, look at the deficit now. The gap between the gold laners specifically. You're gonna need a lot more time here for Hiko to build up. We know that Nathan does build up late game, but are they gonna get there? Because right now SRG is looking to close in towards the base of Team Spirit.
The boy is rushing a Holy Crystal. I don't know if that's the smartest idea. I'm not a gold laner, but I'd reckon with the aggression that SRG is bringing, maybe a Bloodwings first?
There's too much damage to deal with it anyway. You have to just go Glass Cannon at this point. Gamble on your damage compared to the enemy damage. You have to gamble on yourself. Mechanically, you need to dodge from all these shots.
So it's all or nothing. Hiko, Mania, or bust. SRG 1 game away from match point, an ejector!
Ensemble force. Bamba's able to survive with the revitalized Cram with the AOG defensively. That's a Rose Gold Dog from Innocent. Skies gets away, tier 2 taken down in mid lane. They're looking to the bottom lane again. Innocent on it, tier 2 down below, taken out.
Able to push it away, a couple shots here from outside of the base. The spear's gonna land, Innocent jumps in!
Gets the pin down onto Hiko. No entropy used just yet. Solo! Executed by the Soul Sever. Bamba with revitalize as well. Now, it's gonna be the Windblade. Constantly poking him down. Lord taking down, 1 shot, jumping in, Spear of Misery. Oh! The fade away from Innocent!
He's able to find it. Sakai's now on the run. Still working on the turret, taking a couple shots. The taunt from Cram, though.
Cram coming down. Oh, Windstorm from Glacier onto Yomes. Innocent piercing down. Passive down, Power of the Wilderness to bonk Innocent back.
And Team Spirit, despite it all, will still hold on to that turret, but they lost bodies.
It cost too much for Team Spirit to defend, but SRG are relentless. Amazing work by the MSC 2024 champions. Gentlemen, they counted the amount of revitalizers left. They checked where Hiko was. And yes, they did not find the boy, but they eventually made Team Spirit pay. They are approaching an 8K gold lead right now, and they're living in Spirit's jungle.
Sawa with the glorious pathway still poked down a bit. Entropy from Hiko. Both teams, well, just TS. They're looking to disengage every time SRG make a move.
I think at that point, man, you just don't want to take the fight. Even when you have, that revitalize, you're seeing how overloaded the damage is right now for SRG. It's going to be up to Kid Bamba to go ahead and scout some of these moments out here if they can actually move around the map, but they're kind of stuck in a bad situation to be in here, unless now Hiko has the damage profile on this Natan. But you can just see the placement. 1 shot, sees Innocent. Oh, blocking the SOD. They're going to go for it.
Quad Shadow into the Shadow Kill. Innocent going to be very low. Stay able to cut away now as Bamba jumps into the Power Wilderness. But Innocent survives. 1 shot in the back. Gets caught by the Storm.
1 shot's gone, and now Sunset Lover has to get out. They'll hold on together. The Lord is up, and SRG knows what to do from here.
A perilous attempt by Team Spirit to catch Innocent off guard, but in the end, it was the half-man, half-beast who was playing bait, and SRG bit down hard once they saw Team Spirit overcommit.
Entropy, Hiko gets the kill. The boy has finally gotten on the board.
Got on the board, man, but is it too late? This is going to be another major objective. The Lord going in the hands of SRG. A power spike for them and to move into the base now.
We are in real time witnessing a coming-of-age story, a rite of passage for Hiko Mania. He was popping off in IOI, but now in front of thousands in Axiata, can he take off? Can Hiko Mania run wild in this historic ground? Cramir checking the bush. This is, I think, what Team Spirit's looking for, these free pickoffs, but they're not biting. The fact that they don't see where the rest of the Giants are means they have to respect this 9K gold lead.
Because that's the thing, you know, even if you said Kinbomba or you send one of your tankier members, you're always at the threat of being tossed by Yumes. And if at this point, with this kind of lead and this kind of minimization that you see from SRG, your tankiest heroes from Team Spirit are going to be taken down. That's a Divine Glaive now for Stormy, who, you know, later on he built that glowing wand of Divine Glaive.
It's just so tough. SRG, 10,000 gold lead. It's not an enhanced Lord, but this could be an end angle. Glorious pathway. Oh, the Pierce from Innocent, almost catching him. A knockup onto Bomba. That is just Stormy's damage.
Yumes looking for a target to possibly toss up, but they already get that top and mid turret down. Still the wave being patient to push in on the bottom side. They're going to clear out these waves, still going forward. And right now, Team Spirit on the defense.
Slowly but surely, SRG building the siege again. Bottom wave.
This is a miserable position for Kid Bomba. There are no bushes to use his passive. So he has to use space. And with this last inhibitor standing down bottom, SRG can approach this from a very, very precise angle. Scalpel-like in their approach. SRG happy to hold his 10,000 gold lead. A minute and change before this Lord spawns. Upper quarter. Innocent picking up, I think, the icing on the cake here. Wind of Nature. The only one who can really touch him. Oh!
Ejector, Windstorm, that's the combo. Say goodbye to Bomba with Revitalize or without, it doesn't matter. One shot, going to the back skies, slashing his swords to zone the ninja away.
And down a member. Does SRG actually look to close out the game? They have no waves pushing in, so even with that pickoff, that might be all they get.
There's very little Team Spirit can do, especially with a man down. They need Kid Bomba to peel. They need Kid Bomba to rush right in front of Hiko. The boy cannot do this alone.
So you can see the poke here. Yumes in the back with Ejector, Windblade as well. One shot with the Shadow Kill. They wasted him clear down as the AOG gets used defensively by Cram. Sunset Lover taken down by Skies. Hiko getting the kill onto Yumes. The piercing damage right in his hands.
And they keep it going. Sawa will survive that one. And they're still going.
Wind of Nature from Innocent kiting back. Bomba very low. One shot jumps in. And he jumps back away. The Spirit of Misery almost caught him, but he was able to blink in time and somehow Team Spirit keep it alive.
Well, I'll be damned. The heart and soul of EECA, the dominant team running for 3 years straight, hold out, shrinking that gold lead, diminishing it, cutting it by a fourth, down to just 7,000. There may be some life left in Spirit.
You can't deny not just life, but actual spirit for them to hold on together, given how much they were working against, and now they're getting in position to actually start up this Lord here.
All right, Pixel Brush held in, forcing out a defensive AOG.
Wait a minute. Stormy catching them in the windstorm. Innocent claims the kill as one shot tried to go for the shadow kill.
They're going to back off here. They don't have their jungler, and just like that, again, an interaction that we've seen so many times from SRG will get them the advantage on the Lord. Kid Bomba in the front.
Yumes with the Unstoppable Force, now taken down again by Hiko. You can start to see the damage. Guys jumping in, SOD going wide. Now it's a knock-up, Sky's very low. Bomba gets a bonk, Hiko gets the double.
Give the boy a chance here. He's already got the double. The Lord's going to reset for now.
Innocent.
It's going to be backed off here. Innocent though.
Spirit of Misery, but no, Hiko goes through it all. Hiko claims the shutdown as a stun. Stormy will be shut down by Hiko as he claims a double. Sky's walking forward, Soul Sever not connecting. Hiko!
It's a delayed Savage for Hiko Mania!
Hiko does it. Finds the clutch off the base defense just minutes ago, and now they've got the Lord.
Say goodbye to that gold lead, SRG. As Team Spirit are now alive and kicking, they score an enhanced Lord.
Remember, folks, in the knockout stages when Spirit was down, 8,000, 9,000 gold, there's only one thing you can hear in the back rooms: protect the boy.
Oh man, and that they did. Not only protect the boy, but Hiko's positioning phenomenal in that last fight. And now they've got a momentum in their favor. I mean, they diminished, what, a 10,000 plus gold lead.
This young man from ECA of Korean heritage is one of just 3 savages in the M Series, following in the footsteps of Albert, Carl Teasy, and now Hiko Mania marching through mid.
Gotta be careful though. That's a glass cannon build. Bumba gonna be caught in the Subtle Force and the Windstorm. All the resources used up. One shot coming down. That's a stun over as well. Frigid Glacier, so many resources.
Are we going to be used up? But again, still have to deal with the Lord now. Down to the bottom side, SRG, full force heal. They'll lose the tier 2 turret. Mid lane, they'll defend and clear out the waves though. So now, approaching this base defense.
A little too over-eager. As Spirit are down, they might as well just waste this Lord. Cram comes in.
One last shot from the Trident should do it. Base turret in the bottom lane taken down. And that's a Farley. SOD, Innocent with a moment. Jumping in, going for a lot of damage, piercing through.
Cram goes in, charging up the Unbreakable. Look for Hiko!
Purify, yo, Hiko with Entropy, but Stormy shuts it down. Sunset Lover will be pinned down. That's the passive, but it does not matter.
One shot.
Shadow kill. What? What happened to his HP bar?
He's gone, he's out of here. He had 1 shot and he lost it.
Clear disappointment and discomfort from Kid Bomba was not how that fight was they were looking to go through. And now suddenly Silango Red Giants, the man advantage. Kid Bomba pushed out of that bush. Can Sawo and Kid Bomba defend?
Only 2 frontliners left to defend with the likes of Innocent just piercing down. Bomba gonna be ejected down as well. And Sawo Force, that's mortality. Sawo and Bomba will fall under the AOT.
There it is, and that's the game. A little bit of hope, a little bit of spirit, but it wasn't enough.
Silango Red Giants at match point. 1 more game to continue through the Golden Road.
Oh man, just when you thought Team Spirit had it in control, they got a little overzealous, and SRG punished it.
Thousands of gold laners watching today would love to be in the position Hiko was. And I can hear thousands of them typing away.
Yep.
You were a little too forward, sir. You were a little too forward.
Just one mistake, just one big play, and it all turned around back and forth.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're throwing it over to LaFell and the gang to talk about game number 2.
We have seen this before. We call that the Spear of the Giants. When you see Innocent throw that spear, that's a go sign for the Giants to win that team fight. We've seen it at IOI, and now they're doing it again in Oxiana. Trex, we've seen this before.
Same exact spot, same exact moment. The turnaround, the SOD, Innocent comes in. The moment I saw him send that SOD, I'm like, this is not gonna happen again. I'm looking at him like, we've seen this before.
Happening.
Pure insanity.
It is crazy how both of these teams are really going back and forth. It's great to see that at least for Spirit, they're putting up quite a bit of a fight, right? They found a couple of clapbacks and really punished SRG to drag this game out. But overall, I feel like SRG are currently, all of the players are heated up and are on fire thanks to our arena as well as the supporters. Nobody's missing abilities.
But again, looking at the kid, AKA Hickomania. He almost won the game for Team Spirit. Like, game number 1, we were talking about the junglers, but how can we talk about game number 2 without talking about the gold laners?
Oh man, there's so many good arguments that can be made there, right? As much as you have everybody kind of protecting their own, and obviously One Shot who's really taken a lot of hits, including Kid Bomba, Hiko, once he got his 3 items, he becomes a problem. And that's something that SRG addressed it in multiple different ways, but the 2 most effective ways, either you get Jawhead to kind of waste this entropy, or you have Stormy specifically with Flicker to cover the distance, knock him up for a full combo.
Man, what a beautiful game. The Hiko train started rolling, but I guess we see what happens when a half-man, half-beast jumps in front of it.
You know, and there's something to point out as well with Hiko's items here. Is game 1, he took a very careful route because he was so behind. He went for Wind of Nature. This time, we heard the casters talking about, we heard Leo talking about, it's like 3rd item, Crystal. We're going all damage. We're putting it all on the line, and it almost paid off, man. We saw Hiko with a couple beautiful entropies, but it just wasn't enough because today, what is a boy to a beast? Innocent right now I mean, every time they need him, he shows up.
Gentlemen, I know this is too soon to talk about this, but if SRG becomes the champions of M6, there's a lot of iconic heroes. But if they choose the Moskov skin, the Spear of the Giants, that's memorable.
Oh, you're on to something.
Right? Like, again, too far ahead, but there's a lot of iconic heroes, but that Moskov is something special. But now we got to move on. And again, we got to talk about Team Spirit. They're slowly climbing. They're learning. They're downloading. It's only a matter of time for them to understand how to take down Selangor Red Giants. The question is, will they have enough time for game number 3?
I hope they do. I really want to see more of this team. I feel like they haven't showed their full potential just yet. We only saw a little bit here right now, but I feel like One Shot has not been able to play the game at all. I think maybe after he got like 3 items, there were a couple of moments that he just had to try and just clutch up in tandem with Hiko. But at the same time, he is getting targeted so often in the jungle. I think that TS might have to restructure how they protect the jungle alongside with Hiko.
Yeah, because this is interesting. The other day we saw SRG play, they had a rubber band effect, but I'm feeling like we're starting to see a little elasticity from Team Spirit as we go through this series. We are jumping into game 3. Game number 2, it was more of a SRG game toward that mid to late games where you start to see Team Spirit kind of turn things around. The Hiko train starts rolling. You start seeing Sawo. You start seeing Kid Bomba match the pace of Yumes and Cram. And I think that if they can use that same method but apply it earlier in the game, it could be an entirely different situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Team Spirit having Kid Bomba on that Hilda, I would have liked to see a little bit more aggression in the early game, but once again, the Jawhead just throws everything off. SRG play it so well. Yumes plays it so well that they're immediately, I mean, within first 4 minutes, are grabbing a gold lead and just taking it home with them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the graph previously. The fact that they had a 10k gold lead, most people will call in the business an endgame angle, if not a checkmate angle. But even so, the raw damage that was being pumped up by these teams, and the fact that by the end of the game, 57.8k to 59.8k, TS made a very clean recovery once they got into the ultra late stages.
But the half-man, half-beast, 115,000 damage dealt in this game. I don't know, man. Innocent came to play, and this is going to be a problem for Team Spirit, but also I want to talk about Stormy, because One Shot, there's many times he tried to go to the back line, but for some reason, the Mage Prodigy finds the Hayabusa.
He just keeps finding it. And I mean, not even just Hayabusa, he finds Hiko. Sometimes even Sunset Lover, especially when he doesn't have his passive, you got to be careful walking up. I think that at this point, Stormy, on this Veil, does this prove that he is meta, or is it just such a unique pick only to him?
I think just about anyone could run this. I think it is at the point where it is definitely meta. I mean, if an immobile hero like Aurora or Vexana can be meta, essentially the same thing.
And now the half-man, half-beast, throwing the Spear of the Giants. It's Innocent. And again, he is a problem that Team Spirit has to conquer. Because like you said, what is a kid to a half-man, half-beast?
Oh, I think that Spirit, the only way if they're going to be able to curb the half-man, half-beast, the Innocent problem, they got to have some macro fakes in there. So far, the compositions have been very, very honest. We're going to play on this side of the map. We want to be on this side of the map. We want to move in this direction every single time. There's not enough flexibility and diversity to be able to keep up with SRG in a lot of those moments. And whoever is on the opposite side basically is just let loose.
You're seeing a way more aggressive nature from SRG compared to Team Spirit. When it comes to Innocent, he's doing a great job, right? They can't even outban him. They're going for this Bruno, this Granger ban in the first phase, and then he's pulling out things like the Wanwan. He's pulling out things like this Moskov with the Spear of the Giants and getting it done. So maybe a little bit more effective in the early game is a way that they can disrupt that synergy. But man, what a game, what a Spear.
Now we're looking at the highlights for Selangor Red Giants, and we're looking at the highlights of Innocent, but I gotta say, so far, Malaysians are looking at Selangor Red Giants, and every one of them step up, because in the highlights of Innocent, you see a bit of Stormy, you see a bit of Cram, but look at that! Oh my! Oh, that's nasty.
That's House of Highlights right there.
That's House of Highlights.
That's TikTok. That's TikTokable right there for sure. Innocent. You know, I like what you said, Wheezy. This guy, it almost feels like
Oh.
Team Spirit's drafting against themselves, but here's that final moment. The same exact spot, man. When you're running away from SRG's base, don't go towards the purple buff.
Spear of the Giants, man. Spear of the Giants.
You know, it feels like it's just too big to miss. It's too big to miss. However, there are a couple of things that could have changed. Again, I don't think that a couple of members from the side of Team Spirit should have completely disengaged there. I don't think they should be looking for trades at that point of the game. More importantly, you're already missing a bunch of inhibitors. You have to play